First, they benched him for a duck. Then, when it was his chance to shine, after Seven retired, they signed Mitch Trubisky. On top of that same offseason, they drafted a quarterback in the first round. And then, when the depth charts came out, they had Mason listed as QB2. Then the following day, changed it to QB3. Fast forward to now, they re-sign him. So, no more kicking of the nuts, right? Wrong, because his number is taken by an undrafted rookie free agent. Yep, Mason's back. You did hear it correctly. Steelers are bringing the quarterback back for a 6th year. My initial takeaway on this really wasn't expected at all. Thought Mason was going to sign with another team. Maybe he'd get a better opportunity elsewhere. But with him coming back to Pittsburgh, maybe that was not the case, and this was his best option. I think it's a good move for the Steelers, and it's probably a good move for Mason because of that. Like, Steelers, who cares? You bring Mason back, he's your QB3. I feel like he's probably like Mitch for the backup quarterback spot. I think Mitch is the best backup in the league. Mason's probably the best QB3 in the league, maybe outside of the 49ers quarterback room because they have Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and Brock Purdy. Like, Mason's probably the second best QB3 in the league right now. So it's good for the Steelers. Also, it's probably good for Mason because why wouldn't you sign up to sit behind Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky for probably $1 million? Like, if he couldn't get an opportunity elsewhere, why not come back to the Steelers? Even looking back to last year too, depending on the whole injury situation, like, you might find yourself getting a chance. I mean, he almost did in that Panthers game. I think there was some serious consideration by Tomlin because of Mitch's poor play in that Baltimore game on whether or not to actually go with Mason. And I'll never forget this survey that popped up. I'll never forget seeing this because, I mean, I think people were just pissed for re-signing Mason. I'm seeing some of the comments and like saying, oh, you should just cut him right now. Cut him immediately. This is a useless signing. Get Mason out of here. But, like, it's a good signing for him to be QB3. Like, there's no harm in it at all. I feel better about his chances going into a stadium than Tanner Morgan and winning us a game. I'm more curious now, though. My main thing is what happens with his number because Tanner Morgan came in, grabbed number 2. Mason re-signed. So what's the deal? Is Yahoo ahead of the curve here? I saw on their website they got Mason having number 0. I think that's what you got to do. If I'm Mason, forget number 2. Go with number 0 if you can. Is 0 banned from all Steeler players, or is it just not allowed for players outside of the traditional single-digit positions? Because I think 0 would fit for a quarterback, right? I think that's what you do. Don't even want 2 back. Take 0. Go in with the mantra, no one believes in me, this and that. I think that's what you do. People appreciate it. Yeah, I think people appreciate the self-awareness with that. But overall, I got no complaints for this move. I actually think it's a rather good signing. Some people are wondering, does this mean we cut Mitch for the cap savings or try to trade him? I don't think so. I think they're going to be keeping Mitch around. I think him and Kenny got a good rapport. I just think you bring in Mason and he adds to your QB depth. He'll compete with Tanner Morgan for QB3. He's a guy that's familiar with the system, familiar with the Steelers, the organization, all that. And yeah, I'd expect him to win out and be QB3. It's probably going to be the same situation as last year where he's not going to dress for games, but he'll be, on the roster. He'll be available if need be due to injury. It just gives the team some options. So for the people that are talking about cutting or trading Mitch, like, that could be on the table if Mason performs well and the Steelers want to save money. Again, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that'd be the wise move to make. It almost goes back to last year. Why wouldn't you just keep all 3? It doesn't hurt. We can make it work. It's not like we have all these other pressing needs that we got to have huge amount of cap space for. No, we're talking about potentially bringing in a Quan Alexander or maybe another slot corner. Like, us cutting Mitch is going to have no bearing on whether or not those 2 moves get done. I mean, we're talking about Omar Khan, the numbers genius here. He'll make it work. It's not going to be reliant on Mitch Trubisky being on the roster or not. But that's it for this, special edition of Big Deke News on a Monday night. Wasn't expecting to make this vid when I woke up this morning, but here we are. Welcome back to the Steelers. Mason Rudolph. Let me know your thoughts of Mason coming back down below in the comments. Stay chilling and peace.